Hi, we got the quarantine tank set up, and so now we want to get the water so that it's safe to put fish and invertebrates and coral in it to quarantine. But first we have to cycle it. Cycling is the process of adding bacteria and ammonia or some type of fish food, something like that, to create ammonia and then get it so the bacteria can grow and process the ammonia into nitrites, and which processes into nitrates, and then which dissipates with the water change. But this gets the water system set up so that it's safe for the fish. I have the aquarium on. I got the pump on. The light's on right now. It's on a timer. I just turned it on for filming purposes. So I have the heater in, and now I have to wait for the water to get to the proper temperature before I add the Dr. Tim's Aquatics one and only. And then it's going to run for 24 hours. Actually, once I put it in, I'll put 4 drops per gallon, so 40 drops of the ammonium solution. You can't see that. That also is from Dr. Tim's Aquatics. And it's going to run for 24 hours, and then I'll test it. Okay, the temperature is almost 78 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and start the cycling process with the one and only. The first thing we're going to do is going to shake it up a lot and then pour it in. I'm going to shake it off camera so that I'm holding both. I don't want the camera to shake. But I'll turn it back on when I pour it. Okay, I shook it up. I'm going to pour it in. So it should be cloudy, which it is. Now I'm going to add 40 drops of ammonia in there. And that's 40. So now we let it go for till tomorrow night. It's actually a schedule they provide. So the first day you add the ammonia drops, and tomorrow we'll test the pH, the nitrite, and the ammonia levels. So I'll be back then. So it's been 24 hours. And so I'm going to do the first test of ammonia, pH, and nitrites. So I bought a test strip. I'm going to dip it in here so as to keep it face up and put it on the box. Okay, it's been about 30 seconds. So I'm going to check the pH. It's about 8.5. It's on the high side, but I think okay. I'll double check that. Nitrates are doesn't really match anything. It's probably closer to 0 because it's not turning pink at all. And the same with the nitrate. I'm just checking it for fun. It's about 0. So I'm going to write those down on the little chart here. 8.5 for the pH. And 0 for the other two. Actually, I haven't done ammonia yet, so let me cross that out. Okay, I'm going to check the ammonia. Okay, I'm going to test ammonia. Put the dipper in. There's a line here. So 5 milliliters. So fill it up there. move the line a little bit more out. All right, try to get the best I can. Okay, so now we're going to put 8 drops, number 1, 8 drops of number 2, shake it for 5 seconds, and then take a color reading. So I'm going to turn off the camera while I do that. Okay, I shook the solution and waited 5 minutes. Just a note that the bottles, when dripping, should be held completely vertical so that each drop is identical. So it looks like we have about 2.0, between 2.0 and 4, probably closer to 2.0. So my readings are pH at 8.5, should be between 8 and 8.5 for salt water, which is good. My ammonia is at 2.0, which is fine for now. And my nitrites are at 0, which is good. So the next step in this is to wait another day and add more ammonia drops. There's a note on here that says that if the nitrates are over 5 parts per million to skip a day, and mine are at 2, so I'm fine. And so tomorrow I will add 40 more ammonia drops. Okay, this is day 3. A few things have happened here I just want to go over with. First, the air pump for this keeps shutting off. It was a used one that I got, and it comes on and off at random intervals. So I did buy a new pump. I'll stick this in just for a 10-gallon tank. I'm also, the heater I have, which works fine, we're about 77.5 degrees. I want to be about 78, but it's not adjustable. So I did buy a Cobalt Neotherm 50 watt, so it's more adjustable. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that in as well. Another thing, the other day when I was taking the test readings, I said to lay the test strip on the box. I just want to state that that test strip was actually wrapped around the tube of strips when I got it, and it peels off easily, and I stuck it on the box so it's easier to use. And lastly, my readings on the ammonia yesterday were about 2.0, and after doing a little bit of research last night, I realized that that's probably too high. It's actually right what I put in 24 hours earlier, and it should have actually been lower on the ammonia per the instructions on Dr. Tim's Aquatics, one and only. So there's a chance this stuff may not be working. And for full transparency, I actually started this video series about 6 to 7 months ago, and we had some family issues that prevented me from actually doing a startup on the aquarium, so I have delayed it. And I did purchase the one and only back then, probably could have been 7, 8 months ago. It's supposed to have a shelf life of about a year. That may not have worked out really well due to this delay, but I'm going to go ahead and test the ammonia right now. This is day 3. I did test it last night, and I'm going to, if it's still high, I'm going to pour the rest of the Dr. Tim's one and only in and try it again and start as if it was day 1. So I'm going to go ahead and test the ammonia again. All right, I'm going to dip the test tube in, check the ammonia again. It's 8 drops of solution number 1. Again, keeping the bottle vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 8 drops. And solution number 2. Okay, I'm going to shake it up, and then I have to let it set for about 5 minutes. There's the stopper. And let it go for about 5 minutes and then take another reading. Here's the results. You can see it's still right about 2.0. So I don't think the bacteria is working. So I am going to add some more and try it again. If not, I'll have to order a new batch. Okay, so I'm going to add the rest of this in there. Since there is ammonia in there at 2.0, which is where it should be, I'm not going to add some additional drops. I'm going to let it run for 24 hours and test it. If that doesn't work, I may redrain the whole tank and put in some new salt water and start from scratch with a new bottle. Let's go ahead and give this a go. Like I said at the beginning, we're going to be showing you everything I'm learning as I go, so even the mistakes I make. So feel free to make recommendations in the comments. So thank you, and we'll see you again in 24 hours. It's been 24 hours, so I'm going to check it again with the new bacteria in there. With 8 drops. Eight drops. Put the stopper on it and shake it for a few seconds, and then let it set for 5 minutes. As you can see, the ammonia is still about 2.0, so it really hasn't gone down at all. So I don't think the bacteria is working. I'm going to try one more thing, is get a fresh bottle from the local aquarium shop and try that one more time, and then if that doesn't work, I'm either going to start from scratch or just do a regular longer term cycle. Alright, I'm going to give it one more chance. So I shook it up really good. I'm going to pour it in. Hopefully this is a fresh bottle. And we'll give it another 24 hours and see what happens. Kind of frustrating. So with the new bottle of One and Only in there last night, let's try this one more time. The line. Another 8 drops of each. Shake it up. Let it set for 5 minutes. And we'll be back. Okay, we're still getting a very green reading here. 2.0. To be honest, I'm not sure what to do from here other than start over. So let me do some research and I'll get back to you. Since this is a brand new bottle of One and Only that is fresh from the store with an expiration date, I'm going to give it another 24 hours to see if this adjusts, because I did check the nitrites and nitrate levels again. Nitrites are at 0. Nitrates are starting to climb, which I think is a good sign. So let me give it another 24 hours and then we'll decide what to do from there. Thanks. Okay, a few days have passed since I filmed, and the ammonia levels remained at 2, nitrites at 0. Nitrates could have been up to like 20 on here. I've been calling Dr. Quinn Tim's Aquatics and talking to them about this, and seem to be doing everything right. They're sending me a new bottle, but I also just checked them. My results, I'm actually just below 2 right now, probably between 1 and 2, which is an improvement. And my nitrates, you can see from here, nitrites, probably looking at about 1 on here, which is also a change from last time. Nitrates at about 20 or 40. But the nitrites is what I'm looking at. And that's at 1. So this is the first time it's been above 0. So that's a good sign. So I'm going to keep going with this for now. The new bottle's coming in a couple of days. And I'll determine then if I'm going to use it in this tank or actually use it to start the actual aquarium. So that's the update for now. I'll check back with you soon. Okay, we're going to try this again. Hopefully things are moving along now. Light's already out now because it's getting evening. Get the ammonia going. I'm going to check for the ammonia, nitrites, and nitrates. And then I'm going to do a strip. And from what I've been reading, strips aren't the most accurate, but it's giving me a good idea of some guidelines of where we're at. So that's going to be 30 seconds on that one. So I'll be back in a second. We're going to look at this now. Getting about 1.0. Again, it's still a little higher, but it is dropping. So I was wanting to see that. And also on the test strips here, the second one toward the end here is what the one we're looking at. And it's about 1 on there. 1 part per million. Now the nitrates are also about, it was actually 40, it's darkened since then because it's been waiting a while, but it's about 40. 1 on the nitrites. So the nitrites are going up. The ammonia is coming down, albeit slowly. This wasn't really a fast cycle like I was hoping to be, because it's been about a week now, and we're just starting to see results. But I'm going to continue with this, and we're going to, with the ammonia it's down to 0, we'll add more ammonia for the fishless cycling. But for now, I'm going to wait another day or 2 and test it again. See you then. Okay, quick update. Today I checked the water. Nitrites were actually pretty high, above 2.0, between 5.0. Ammonia finally was down to 0.25 right here. So that's going in the right direction. I also added these little cards which shows the ammonia getting closer to the safe zone, as well as the pH being pretty good. So I documented those readings, and I added 40 more drops of ammonium chloride, and tomorrow I will test the waters again. Just did some research. This is the same day as the previous video, and I just added the ammonia and found out I should not have added the ammonia until the nitrites were at 0. The ammonia was dropping down, the nitrites were pretty high. So I'm kind of screwed, I guess, for now, but let me see where it's going to go tomorrow. I can already see on this tab that the ammonia is already going up. So we'll see how well things are tomorrow. So this may slow down the process a little bit, but next time I know to wait till for both the ammonia and the nitrites to be at 0. Okay, it's been like 3 weeks now, and I'm finally getting the ammonia to 0, pretty close to 0. It's below 0.25, probably closer to 0.1. And the nitrites, look at this, we're about 2.0, which is a little high, but we're going to go ahead and add some invertebrates to the aquarium at this time, help it cycle, and help it get going. So I'm showing the ammonia here is safe. pH is about 7 to 7.4. And then I will also do a water change. But we're going to go ahead and acclimate these guys. I got 2 cleaner shrimp, an emerald crab, and some Nasarius snails in here. And we'll acclimate them here in a little bit. It's been about 3 days with the invertebrates. The 2 cleaner shrimp are doing well. Got the Nasarius snails around there, and the emerald crab. He's doing good too. You can see he's eating right now. Ammonia levels down. Nitrites are still a little higher than I'm comfortable with. I just topped it off today with fresh water, just to top it off, and we'll be doing another water change soon. I wanted to give you an update. There's separate video on acclimating all the invertebrates and bringing them into the tank, but this is an ongoing process of cycling this quarantine tank. They seem to be doing fine. I'm a little worried about I got them in there too early, but we will go with this, keep monitoring the levels. Like I said, everyone seems to be doing really well, so I'll keep you posted. One of the changes I made was adding more hang on the side filter. I left the foam one in there because probably has bacteria growing in it, so I wanted to leave them there. The shrimp actually love hanging out on it. But what it was doing is bubbling. As you can see, it was getting salt everywhere, including on the counter, it was on the mirror, just from the splashing. So I bought this one, it's $10 on Amazon. Seems to be doing fine, but it doesn't splash. So I'm going to wrap up the quarantine cycling video. The fast cycling that I wanted to do with the Dr. Tim's Aquatics one and only did not work. We're on week 4 right now, so we're really in a standard cycling mode for a aquarium, so there was no benefit there. I'm going to use it in the main display tank as well, so we'll see if we have better luck there. But for now, we're going to wrap it up. I got the shrimp in there. They're doing fine. The crab, the emerald crab, is underneath the filter here. He's doing fine. And we got the Nasarius snails in the corner there. So if you have any questions, please post them. If there's anything you want to see, post that as well. There's going to be other videos coming on setting up the main display tank. Also a separate video on acclimating the invertebrates to this tank. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.